Tonight we come together for one of the most joyous and glorious milestones of all time. For 2.5 centuries, our American Republic has stood as the crowning achievement of human history. This country is the home of freedom. This is the land of liberty. And this is a flag that's the banner of the most extraordinary, most exceptional, most incredible nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. No people have done more good, shown more courage, made more progress, righted more injustice, or achieved more greatness than you, the American people. We have thrived and flourished because our founders were great, our cause was just, our people are brave, our culture is exceptional, and our destiny is written by God. After 250 years, the spirit of 1776 still lives within us all, still burns in the heart of every patriot, and still lights the entire world with the glow of American liberty. This is only the dawn of the golden age of America, and tonight our country is stronger, freer, richer, safer, and prouder than ever before.
This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world.
Cameras on, we're going live tonight. American pride and patriot fight. The white rabbit has taken flight. Knock, knock, sleepy Neo, this is for real. We're swallowing red pills left and right. Come and overdose with us Tuesday night. They say we're crazy, say we've gone too far, but we're just truth seekers under the dome. Don't be mad at us, Google Chrome. They laugh, they mock, they think we're insane. Please just use your effing brain. This is the UPC, where real Americans are standing up, taking control of the matrix we keep dying for. You don't like it, you can leave. If you wanna complain, call the damn 6 screens, cause we're already detached from deep state machines. They say we're crazy, they say I've gone too far, ready to drown us with feathers and tar. If you're still in our country, we haven't gone far enough. They love to hate us, thinking we've gone insane, but we could care less, they don't know our pain. This is the UPC, where real Americans are standing up, taking control of the matrix we keep dying for. You don't like it, you can leave. If you wanna complain, call the damn 6 screens, cause we're already detached from deep state machines. This is who we are, we bleed red, white, and blue. We're never gonna stop Trinity. This ain't no place for sensitivity, not even worried about our credibility. When it's all in flames, don't call me to light the flare. Don't call me to light the flare, because no one is coming to save us, Jesus Christ. Don't call me to light the flare. But if I say Christ is king, oops, I'm anti-Semitic too. This is the UPC, where real Americans are standing up, taking control of the matrix we keep dying for. You don't like it, you can leave. If you wanna complain, call the damn 6 screens, cause we're already detached from deep state machines.
Hey guys, I'm so excited you joined. Gail, thank you so much for joining. Leonard,
Okay.
how are you guys doing tonight?
Oh, she's my host.
That was actually my cell phone.
Sounds like the same.
I'm gonna mute myself just for 1 second. Sorry, guys. It's crazy.
No, go right ahead. Hi, everybody. Oh dear.
Can y'all hear me?
Hi, Leonard. Yes.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm well. I can't complain.
That's good. No one cares if you do anyway. Sorry.
Right.
No, I care. I hope you're doing okay. Did you have a good 4th of July?
I did.
Good.
I did.
What did you do?
Well, I just stayed in and heard and watched the fireworks.
Where do you live?
I live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I'm a real Southern belle,
I can
as people
tell
will
your
call it.
accent. Yeah, I poured out here on the 4th.
Okay. Can you see me? Can you hear me good?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Oh my God. I just got a phone call. I don't even know if I have to end this or not, but I just got a phone call and I don't know. I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, but let's just power through. Let me see. If anybody else wants to join now, because I wanted to power through the amendments with Leonard, and then Gail had a great conversation from last Tuesday about the incubator babies. There's a million questions that I had about that. So let's jump right into it. I'm going to put the link one more time just for anybody who just got here. It should be pinned to the top of the chat. Okay. So, okay, well, before we do that, yeah, I want to hear how you guys celebrated July 4th. So did you guys do anything special? Did you watch like a fireworks show or something like that?
I watched the fireworks.
Yeah. Did you
I
like
watched them. I'm
or?
sorry. Go ahead.
Well, people, I'm sorry, Gigi, were you saying something?
No, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, in my general area, people were shooting off the fireworks, so I just sat and watched those. I really didn't go too far.
Okay, yeah, same thing with me. I came home before the sun went down because I do not want to get caught up in that mess. I know it's gonna be crazy. I saw the videos like on Instagram, people going insane, firing 250 firecrackers in like one street or like in the middle of nowhere in the grass. And I was like, oh no, I gotta go home because I already know people are gonna get crazy. But during the daytime, so we already know that Gail's birthday is on July 4th, and my daughter Brielle's birthday is also on July 4th. So we went and celebrated her. I know, right? They got the same birthday. So I know, it's so cool. So we got a mermaid cake from Publix. Yeah, and then we went to the BBQ of like our local church was doing a water slide, like those blow up water slides, and just like potluck, everybody bringing food, and we stood there for like 5-6 hours. We stood there the whole afternoon. Like I got there at 11 a.m. and I left like at like maybe 3-4. I don't even know how long I was there. We were just there all day. So we really had a great time celebrating with everybody. Let me see. So yeah, that's what we did, and I had to make sure to come home early because I don't want to get caught up.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, guys. So now, Leonard, I wanted to go over Amendment 7 and 8, and maybe we could spend maybe 10 minutes. Oh, If anybody, I totally forgot to tell you guys. If you didn't see my post, I put a post before the show that Jimmy was going to be absent tonight. So that's why I'm only streaming on my channel, and that's why he's not
Okay.
here. So he's doing good, but I think he kind of just needs a break to kind of reset. And I totally understand where he's coming from. So he's going to come back whenever he can. I don't know when, or maybe he can pop in tonight. Maybe he'll be in the chat. I don't know. But he's home. He's doing fine. He just told me that he needs a break just to rest and, handle like some family stuff. So that's why Jimmy's not here with us tonight. And also Bo let me know as well. He's taking a break from the internet as well. So like everybody's taking a break in the July. Like what? So it's gonna be us tonight. So you're gonna have to stay stuck with us. So sorry, but you're stuck with me, Leonard, and Gigi, and whoever else joins tonight. All right, Leonard, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so I'm gonna read number 7. Let me share my screen because I got it here. All right, now I didn't do any research about any of these amendments beforehand, so this is all live reactions. We're gonna go through this live. We're gonna go through it together. All right.
All right.
Okay, let's see if you can see that.
Oh, I can't read it.
I know, right?
Oh,
Like
there
I
it
got
is.
glasses
Okay.
on and I still have issues.
Hmm.
Oh my word. Look what
hi.
Hey guys,
boy.
I could not help it. I had to say hi to you guys. I can't stay. Today's my birthday, just so you guys all know.
Oh, happy birthday. Mine was Saturday.
Yes. So
Happy
I wanted to say
birthday.
hi to all you guys, and I just wanted to tell you guys I can't wait till next Tuesday.
Okay.
I got good news. They dropped me.
Who did?
Oh my
Oh
word.
yeah, sorry, Ruby knows what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
so
Is that good?
Yeah. I was gonna have to go on a
Maybe,
high
depending on who
profile
you ask.
case, and I didn't want to do
Oh.
it because it was on my birthday
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
today.
and it was a murder
right?
trial. So
Oh, geez.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that
So
would
I
have been so
wasn't gonna be able to see you
cool.
guys for 2 weeks. I was 2 weeks.
Well,
I'm
happy
okay.
birthday,
I'm okay
Bo.
with that though.
How old are
Yeah.
you? 25?
Oh yeah. Nope. I'm sweet 44.
Oh, and I'm 76.
Yeah.
No way.
Mhm.
You 3
I'm
years
shocked.
older than my grandmother. Gigi.
Y'all look so
Oh.
good, bro. Like all of y'all look great for your
It's
age.
my
Oh
Italian
word.
It's my Italian genes.
It must be. Wow, Bo. All right. Well, I don't know if you can stay or not, but we were gonna go over the amendments with Leonard. It's kind of like his segment now. Like I'm gonna call it Amend with Leonard.
Amend with
Oh.
Leonard. Nice.
Yeah, like that's his segment.
I
Oh
do have
my
to go,
word.
unfortunately.
Oh,
All right. That's
Leonard,
okay.
thank you so much. I
so
will be watching
much.
guys on my phone, but I will be running around. So
Okay.
All right.
all right,
See
guys.
you,
Thank you so much.
Bo. All right, bye. Oh, that was so nice. All right, so Bo is heading out and Dallas is in. Hi, Dallas. Okay, so let's get into this because I'm never gonna get into it. This is crazy. Okay, the 7th Amendment. It says in suits at common law where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. Now, in basic terms, this just means like, you have a right to have a trial. I'm saying this like that's how I understand it. Anybody else jump in, go right ahead.
When they say controversy shall exceed $20, so is that meaning that they can pay off the jury?
No, it means like if the suit, like a lawsuit, if the value exceeds $20, then they have a right to trial. So I guess like back then that was a lot of money for them. So we have to put it in the context of the time period that this is coming out in. But remember, we are not lawyers. I'm not an expert on on the Constitution or
Right.
amendment. So,
Right.
take that with a grain of salt and do your research, guys. But that's how I'm understanding the amendments. If anybody else wants to join the stage, the link is, linked there. You can hop on and explain it better if you know better. But that's how I understand it. Does anybody else want to jump in before we move forward? Because I think that's pretty simple. Like, it's not that complicated. This is just like a right to a trial, which we all have. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty, simple.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, exactly. So we can move on to the 8th one. The 8th one says excessive bail shall not be required, nor excessive fines imposed, nor cruel and unusual punishments inflicted. So once again, yeah, go ahead, jump in. Go ahead, Leonard.
Anybody wanna? I'll just let somebody go before me. Because I don't want to throw myself off.
No, that's what we're here for. We're going through it together. That's the whole point of doing it together. Gail, do you want to jump in before I do?
You mean do my thing now?
No, I mean, like, if you have a thought about any of the amendments, do you want to jump in before I do?
Does that also have a clause that you have a right to obtain an attorney if you can't afford one? Is that part of it?
It doesn't say that here. I'm not sure. This one is just talking about like freedom from cruel or unusual punishments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't like say that here. Again, I'm not an expert, so I don't know. But we're reading it from the internet. Jesse,
I wonder
how's it going? We can hear you. The volume is up. No, I don't think he said anything.
Happy 4th of July.
Well, you too. A happy 4th of July, y'all, and a happy birthday to Bo, and happy birthday to Ruby's daughter.
Thank you, Dallas. All right, Jesse.
And a happy birthday to you too, Gail, as well.
Thank you, Dallas.
Oh, thank you. So real quick, Jesse just joined, so I'll just read it again real quick. It's the 8th Amendment. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting a phone call. Hold on 1 second. But it's about excessive bails. So give me 1 second. Sorry, guys.
And I was going to just bring up the fact when it says nor cruel and unusual punishment inflicted. I wonder, I'm just assuming that also ties into police brutality, because police officers have been known in today's time and generation to use brutality to enforce rules and regulations. I don't agree with it, but hey, I guess that's where we are now.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. Oh my God. So my husband just called me that he got into a car accident. So he is out there right now. You never get a dull moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane.
Is he okay?
Yeah, so he just called me that he found a ride home. So I guess somebody's driving him home, but the car is totaled. So I don't. It literally just happened when we started. When I got the first phone call. So I don't know what's going on.
Hey, can I make a comment about the 8th Amendment?
Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
The other day, Governor of Florida, DeSantis mentioned that there's going to be maybe execution for child predators.
That is a thing already.
They're doing it in Utah.
Yeah, that's already a thing.
Well, sometimes people say, well, maybe we should beat them up or, give them the eternal pineapple treatment. And that would be a cruel and unusual punishment. So,
Mhm.
like tar and feathering. Around the time of the revolution, there would be tar and feathering. There
Yeah.
would be throwing in the gallows or hanging from trees. So,
Mhm.
a lot of the things that were happening around 1775, 1763, up to 1776,
Mhm.
the patriots that put these the Bill of Rights, it's because they were eyewitnesses to these atrocities that were happening. So there
Right.
were cruel and unusual punishments, and they wanted to make sure that the citizens didn't go through this. Mhm. So it
Right.
was limiting. It was limiting the power of government. What we're seeing here in these amendments is the limitations on power of government towards us, the citizen, we the people.
Right.
Right,
Right.
right. So
Yes.
you would think that that's true, right? But let me give you a great example of what I just saw recently. I don't know if you guys like know this, but this guy on the internet, he's known by Chud. I mean, if you're young enough and you're on X, then you know who this guy is. He was like a streamer type of person. He got into an altercation and ultimately shot the person, but he survived, thankfully. They go into the court case. He has this, huge case going on because of his status on the internet. There's like a gag order, I believe, and they put his bail into the millions of dollars. They don't at first, like they didn't even give him one at first, if I'm not mistaken. Then when they did give him one, it was into the millions of dollars, and everybody on the internet was like, "Why for this particular case? Why are they treating him differently versus maybe in another state or a similar case, but maybe the races were different?" They didn't give that much of a bail to that case, and yet it was very similar. So I do see the double standard there when it comes to stuff like this. And that's why these amendments, in my opinion, is like sometimes they take it seriously and sometimes they don't. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but that was like the most recent example that I can give you guys. You guys are, if you don't know, you're gonna have to Google it because I don't know how to like explain it, but that's
I'd like to
basically.
let me comment on that specific
Mhm.
situation. The founding fathers, this is the miracle that is the Constitution, the country of the United States of what we live in. Right now, if you look at around our neighbors, our friends, our peers, they're committing
Mhm.
every form of treason, vocally, spiritually, morally, ethically against our country. Our founding fathers, the founding of our nation is a miracle. It's a miracle in self-government. It's in the miracle in the annals of recorded history. Uh,
Mhm.
in the preamble to the Bill of Rights, there was a fight. There was a fight. So what was happening is they went out to the states. Are they going to accept the Constitution? And there was
Right.
some good old boys. There was some good guys who said, no, 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 no. We will not have a Constitution unless we have these Bill of Rights. And you
Mhm.
could read that fight in the preamble. Can I just read one paragraph?
Go right ahead, of course.
It says the preamble to the Bill of Rights. Congress of the United States. The conventions of a number of states having at the time of their adopting the Constitution expressed a desire in order to prevent misconstruction or abuse of its powers, that further declaratory and restrictive clauses should be added, and extending the ground of public confidence in the government will best ensure the beneficent ends of its Constitution. Resolved by the Senate and the House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled 2/3 of both houses. But what you see here, there was some men in the United States at the founding of our Constitution who said, no, 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 no. We're not just going to have laws. We're going to
Mhm.
have limiting. The Bill of Rights limits the abuse of power. What you enumerated, Ruby, what you were saying, they knew that there was going to be judges. Our founding fathers that came before us, they knew there was going to be tyranny of the judiciary. They
Mhm.
knew it. They knew these men in black robes were going to abuse their power. They knew
Mhm.
that there was going to be foxes in the hen house. They
Mhm.
knew that there were going to be perverted farmers who like to beat their little animals with sticks, and they
Mhm.
abuse their power. They're uniquely not an American spirit. The American spirit lies in the Bill of Rights. You see it right there, where it
Mhm.
limits the abuse of power from an all-powerful central government. So what we're seeing right now, a lot of the people in government, there's a lot of people who are uniquely not of the American spirit. They're a spirit of demons, or they're a spirit of whatever you want to call it. But when you deviate from the way America was founded, you're uniquely not American. That's why you see certain politicians commit crimes and they're not prosecuted. And then you see President Trump thrown in jail.
That's what
Because
I'm talking about. That
the
doesn't make
law,
any sense.
the law of America only applies to Americans.
Jesse,
For example,
where'd you get that booklet?
what's that?
The booklet, where'd you get that?
Oh, I sell them in my office for $1.
Really?
Yeah, it's a pocket
Ah.
constitution. You carry it everywhere. I carry it.
Oh.
I carry
I
it next to my.
need one.
I
Yeah.
want one too.
That's
carry
nice.
it.
I'd love to have one too.
Oh.
Okay, I have to send you some. I carry them next to my next to my wallet.
I love
much
that.
Yeah, I sell them. I sell them in my office for $1.
Really? Cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
And so it's got the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, the preamble. So if you're ever debating a communist, you could just go right here. Hey, no, this is what this is.
That is great.
Could take that on vacation.
So Jesse, I'm sorry. So what's your explanation? So when they do it to Americans, because you're saying that applies to Americans.
Okay, this
So
is
when
a
they do
theory. This is a
Mhm.
theory. It's not factual. It's just my theory. It's my spiritual theory. Now, I have no evidence, no proof, but I really believe that the law of America only applies to Americans. For example, let's say you own a house, you pay property taxes. Gail is not going to pay property taxes on your houses because that's your house. So an American is accountable to an American law. But when you don't have the spirit of the law, when you hate America, you do things outside that will only, for example, when we were kids, we had this little thing called Jiminy Cricket. And we would go to school and we would say, and always let your conscience be your guide. And so a moral, spiritual man had a conscience. And an American and a Christian would not sin against his country. For example, I didn't like Richard Nixon, but I didn't call him a pedo.
Right.
Not Richard Nixon, Lyndon Johnson. I didn't call him a pedo. I don't like Bill Clinton, but I didn't call him a pedo. But you see every form of slander against the president. These people are uniquely not American. They're taking it outside of a red line. And so what I'm saying here is what we're seeing right now, and this is just a theory, you're seeing people committing every form of crime against the United States. And they're never held to account. Well, why is it? Could it be that they are spiritually not the spirit of America, these people?
Yeah, but the law doesn't care about your spirit. The law is the law. So
well, hold on. Back when I was a kid in the 1990s, I heard a politician by the name of Al Gore, when he was being questioned about his dealings of recruiting money for him and Bill Clinton, the campaign. He said this famous line. He goes, that there is no controlling legal authority. No controlling legal. These politicians know how to work the government. Like a businessman, Donald Trump. Donald Trump knows the intricacies of business, of labor unions, of building. He doesn't know the intricacies of running a government like Al Gore does, like these politicians does, like the communists do. This is all they do all their lives. They never built anything. They know. Why do you think you're not going to get them on anything lawful? Because they're a part of the law. They're above the law. They've made themselves external of the law. They don't have the spirit of America.
Okay, we got Jimmy.
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Jimmy. Uncle Jimmy.
He couldn't resist.
Yeah, I won't be on here long. I just wanted to come in real quick and give folks an update. Ruby, yeah, everything on my end personally is fine. There's just been some issues with some external family members, and not just one set, but 3 sets. And the last 5 days have been incredibly insane. So I wasn't in a position this evening to give my full all to the show. So I was like, let me just step back real quick. But I did want to come on here real quick and just let you guys know that it's not taking a break from political stuff, because that's not happening. I intend to be fully back next week. So that'll be cool. But as far as Ruby's title for the show, how was your July 4th? I'll tell you this real quick. Mine was great. A little crazy. We set off fireworks at my place. Like I said, I got 4.5 acres. There's one section that overlooks the lake. And when the fireworks go above that lake, it's really cool. So we had a big show there. So that was pretty cool. And I don't know if you guys know it or not, but the fireworks that were set off in DC broke the Guinness Book of World Records. Over 150,000 fireworks were set off over DC. And so in a lot of the other states, Tennessee, Nashville did good. West Virginia did. Yeah, there was patriotism was an all-time high this July 4th.
Yeah.
So, and we seen it around here too. We go to the grocery store and everybody was decked out in the July 4th stuff. So we had a good July 4th.
Well, that's awesome. I'm just so happy for you, Uncle Jimmy. I'm just so happy.
So, like I said, I'm waiting on. Let's just put it this way: for a guy that was never able to have children, I've got kids around me all the time right now. And it looks, and it's possibly going to look well. It's not looking like, but over the next 3 to 4 weeks, we're going to have to take care of one of our grandkids. So, and so me and Carissa have got to do that. She's going to have to take off work for about 3 weeks, so that sucks. But anyway, so we'll get through it. We'll power through it. But I just wanted to make an appearance tonight and tell everybody that I love you guys. I appreciate all y'all do supporting the show. Thank you so very much. So,
thank you, Jimmy.
And thank you for dropping by.
My prayers, Jimmy. You and your family.
I appreciate that, brother. If y'all are on like after 11:30, if it goes that long, and y'all need me for something, Ruby, just shoot me a text. If I have to come on here to straighten something out or give my opinion about something, just let me know. I'll try to make myself.
What time is it where you're at? What time is it where you're at?
It is 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah, 9:32. Yeah.
It's 6:30 here. 6:30.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Nice.
Anyway, thank y'all.
Thank
See y'all next week.
Thank
you, guys.
Thank you,
All right.
Jimmy, and take care.
All right, thanks, guys.
Okay, here we go. Let's see. Okay. So
Can I
go
tell you
ahead.
guys? Can I tell you guys something? Gail, Leonard, Dallas. I don't know about you, Dallas. Dallas, are you my age? 57?
No, I'm not. I'm next year I turn 40.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
He's a youngster.
You're young. You're a pup. I remember the bicentennial. That's why I'm asking. That's what Jimmy said something that patriotism was real high. But as an eyewitness, I was a Jehovah's Witness kid in 1970, and I knew my mom was feeding me shit about 1975 because I loved America in 1976. It was in my blood. My favorite baseball team was going to win the World Series. We had the bicentennial quarters. They had just taken out Nixon, so us, we Republicans, we were ready for the fight. And but I don't think this 250th birthday comes anywhere near the bicentennial. It does not. From Gail,
No.
do you remember the bicentennial in 76?
Yes, I do.
We even had the Freedom Train come through our town. We had the Freedom Train come through our town. We had the Constitution come through our town on railroad. We had a quarter dedicated to 250. They sponsored the baseball all-star game in 76. Everything was about the bicentennial, America's birthday. So I think the younger kids, I just wanted to say, hey, I want to sound like Johnny Cash. Hey, listen unto me. The 250th anniversary was nothing like the 200th. It was maybe 2-3% of what our bicentennial was. I really think patriotism is really down. The spirit of America.
I agree.
Yeah.
It depends on where you are.
Yes. Great point.
As a matter of fact, Boston, they didn't even play the 1812 overture for the fireworks. They cut it short.
Gail, you're right. I agree with what you just said. 100%. It depends where you're at. Because if you're on a military base, my daughter is in Korea. She said they had the biggest.
Yeah, in Japan.
Wow.
Leonard, were you saying something that I could?
Yeah. Go ahead, Leonard.
He's doing the amendments. He's doing number 8 now.
I'm so sorry.
What you were saying, Jesse, about the the bicentennial, my grandmother lived in Washington during that time. She lived Mississippi Avenue, so I think she lived about 5 blocks from the White House.
Wow.
So, if I'm not mistaken, she was able to see the whole and have the whole entire experience of the entire bicentennial at that time.
Wow. That's great.
That's nice, Leonard. I got something, Leonard. You talk about DC. Well, my grandparents weren't far from you. They were residents of Arlington.
Oh wow!
So they were living there when it happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that where the Houston Astros play baseball? I think they do, huh? Or the Texas Rangers?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's a very patriotic.
This is Arlington, Virginia, which is outside Washington, D.C.
Arlington, Virginia.
Yeah,
I'm
okay. I know it was somewhere close up in that vicinity.
Yeah. Ruby, Jimmy said that he'd bet me $20 that I'm wrong, and I would accept it. I would never bet $20 on Jimmy because I lose every time. I already owe him like 40 or 50, 60 bucks.
I know. I think you would win that one because this year, I mean, other than the fireworks, what else did we get? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
You know one thing I got? You know what I think I got? I always see the other side of the coin. The other side of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the greatest the greatest 4th of July in this aspect. We got to see who loves America and who doesn't.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
But for the past few years, I've felt like that already. And that just kind of just tells you like who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like
where we stand.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even have to have a conversation with people. I can just look at people and see how they celebrate Independence Day. And that's all I need to know. I saw this guy at Dollar General. He was wearing nothing but flag overalls. And he stopped me in my tracks. I was like, you're brave wearing that. He was wearing nothing but that overall and some socks and like, you know, like Croc type of shoes. And he was just walking around like nothing. I was like, crazy. So, you know, people are out there, but I was rushing home. I don't want to get caught with the shenanigans, but I guess yeah,
you what?
I don't.
What's that, Leonard?
Oh, I was just saying, I didn't mean to cut nobody else, but I was just saying, this might sound crazy being from the South, but I never liked the overalls. I just thought they were just too country.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and he was wearing nothing under that. Like he was just all skin. Anyways, yeah, so that was kind of crazy. Okay, so we did those 2 amendments, Leonard. So the next Tuesday we'll do the next 2. And then Gail is up next. So we left off last Tuesday. We saw the clips of the incubator babies. And that he was like a scientist or something, and he was showcasing the babies and his invention.
He was a fake doctor, Dr. Cooney, where the Cooney Island the name came from. Oh geez, I lost you guys. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Oh no.
You're still good on my end. Does everybody still hear and see Gail and I?
Oh, here I am. Matthew,
okay, there
hi.
you go. Oh, Matthew joined
Matthew,
us.
what a
It is
surprise.
so good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute.
You look
Yeah,
great.
it feels like too long,
For
eh?
Pete's sake, what's happening? Sorry. Oh, what the hell's going on?
You look a little
It's
gray.
the sound bad. bit of a gray area, hey.
Oh, here we go.
It's a bit of a gray area, yes.
My computer's possessed.
All right.
Can I start off with some fun facts that I just
go right ahead. The floor is yours.
I was watching. I love Sherlock Holmes series. I was watching the young Sherlock that with Guy Ritchie, who was married to Madonna at one time. He did an excellent job with the young Sherlock, and on that was an episode with they were in Oxford University, and London, and on the wall they had 12 apostles. And she said something that I looked up that was fascinating. I don't know if anybody in the chat knows this or anybody in the panel. Did you know that the 52 cards in a deck correlate with 52 weeks in a calendar? Did anybody know that?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
That's in a Johnny Cash song.
52 cards in a deck, 52 weeks. 12 picture cards equal 12 months. You will get the king, queen, and jack. So 3 times 4 equals 12. There's 4 suits in a deck for 4 seasons. There's 2 that are black and there's 2 that are red. And they represent 2 warm seasons and 2 cold seasons. I thought that was fabulous because I did not know. And the joker is for the leap year. That's why they put a joker in the deck of cards.
You know what? I think that is also a not Johnny Cash. I think that's a Hank Williams song. Hank Williams
Really?
explains that in a song. Yeah, it's an old.
I thought that was
looking
a
up,
cool
it's beautiful.
nostalgia about the deck. I never knew that about the deck of cards, that it related to our calendar.
Me neither. Thanks for sharing that. Wow.
It was a fun fact.
Yeah, that is
I sent Jimmy a video about the incubators, babies, and I don't know how. I have it on the TV, but I don't. Unless he
You don't know
send
how to share it.
Okay, I can do that next week, but I have something additional to add to that story. I mean, this orphan train's opened up unbelievable can of worms. So I'm always thinking, have a detective brain. I was thinking the 1800s. Did you know that 7 of the wealthiest families in the world were in the late 1800s and the early 1900s? And their tie-in with the orphan children is guess who's they used to build up the industrial revolution in the Midwest and the agriculture? Is these wealthy guys. And the one we're going to talk about tonight is a scum landlord named Astor. And he came over here. Let me see. I just going to give me a second to get my notes. His name was William Backhouse Astor. He was a slum landlord in New York. He bought Manhattan for $2,000, and he also bought 100 buildings. And these buildings had no windows. They had 1 toilet on each floor, and this contributed to a lot of people getting sick, especially children. A lot of the children 5 and under did not survive, and a lot of the other children were homeless in the streets. So that's where they got on to the orphan trains. Now, this Mr. Astor, he was one of the wealthiest men even wealthier than the Rothschilds. And he had a son, John Jacob Astor, and he died in the Titanic in 1912. He was the wealthiest man on the Titanic. And his wife was pregnant, and he wanted to get on the boat with his wife. They wouldn't let him. So she survived and had the last Astor heir. So I thought that was fantastic, all that information. And I'll name off all the 7 wealthy. You probably know every one of them. Now, the first one is the Rothschilds. There were 5 brothers. One lived in London, Frankfurt, Paris, Vienna, and Naples. From 1860 to 1890, all these wealthy families happened to appear. So I'm starting to wonder, what's all these wealthy guys all of a sudden popping up in the United States? The next one was Morgan Stanley, Rothschild, who was banking and finance, Andrew Carnegie, who did steel, and also John Rockefeller. He owned Standard Oil. And next week, we're going to talk about Standard Oil and what they did with World War II. They played both sides. They contributed rubber to the Nazis, and they also contributed stuff to our military here in the United States. So I'll do a little deep dive on Rock. He also started public schools, but he wouldn't let his kids go to the public school. He also took over all the pharmaceutical companies. So you know what he was all about. Then there was the Vanderbilts. Cornelius was railroad and shipping. And the Astors, who I'll touch on, and the Warburgs. I had no idea who they were, so I looked them up today. They were a Jewish family. One brother stayed in Germany. The other one came to the United States. And he was also helped out with the Federal Reserve here in the United States. So I don't know if his family members are around anymore, but I just thought all this was
I was about to ask you that, Gail, because Wahlberg are actors nowadays. I don't
No,
know.
not
if
war.
that's
No,
the same.
War. W-A, Warbird.
Oh,
War.
war. Okay, I was about to say. Hold up a
There
second.
were two
Oh,
brothers. One was
and Gail, did you know that Anderson Cooper is related to the
to the
Vanderbilts?
Vanderbilts.
Yeah, that
He
threw
didn't
me.
get anything. He really didn't get much
Mm,
of an inheritance from her. She lost all her money from her managers. So he really didn't
yeah.
get that much. There's a movie out called Poor Little Gloria that it's a movie about her, Gloria Vanderbilt, his mother. It's a very sad,
Really?
yeah, the aunt took care of her. It's a very sad story. Well, anyway, Max and Paul were two brothers, and one came to the United States in New York, and they were banking, and he wanted to centralize banking, and he was involved in the Federal Reserve System. So that I just wanted to give you that information about the Astor and how he was a slum landlord in New York, and also on some of the buildings near the docks where these immigrant families were coming in. So he was
Yeah.
pretty scummy
Wow.
guy. Imagine not
Wow.
having any windows and one toilet for each floor for all these families. They were all smashed into one room. Well, I just can't imagine how they lived back then. But that's how some of these children ended up on the orphan trains.
Yeah, that sounds familiar because my family, like from PR, when they came, that was the life. That's how they immigrated over here, and they were living like that. And it was kind of crazy for a while. So that, like, I can sympathize with that. So
And Jerry
uh-huh.
Seinfeld,
Mhm.
I was listening to him. His father was an incubator baby, and his mother, they were both orphans. And he was talking about that on a talk show.
Oh,
And I thought that was fascinating. Yeah. I mean, he's very wealthy
that
man, but his
that
farm.
was the last clip that we saw.
Yeah, it was
So
Jerry Seinfeld. I sent a clip to
Mhm.
Jimmy, but we can watch that next week if you want.
Yeah, just to kind of do a recap. But so you said that after they were doing those things in the circuses, that he disappeared. So do you know what happened to him after he
Well,
was, doing...
they got closed down, but to his credit, he saved 6,000 babies. And I was looking to see who if there was any surviving people that were incubated babies. Jerry Seinfeld's parents were one. There was another lady that I'm gonna. It's 3 minutes long. I'm gonna take a picture of that and have you see it next week. She gives you her life story about what it was like being an incubator baby. And I don't know how many survived, but they did say he wasn't a real doctor, but he came up with this great idea with the incubators, and he was very meticulous in taking care of them. He had nurses taking care of them. He was making sure they were breastfed by some of these nurses. Ended up marrying one of the nurses, and
Gail, forgive my ignorance. I am so sorry.
That's okay.
I have to plead ignorance on this. What's an incubator baby?
They were babies back in those days that were born, and the hospitals couldn't take care of them, and they didn't want to take care of them. So this man, like he calls himself Dr. From Coney Island, he took it upon himself to take these babies and put them in incubators to save them.
But where were they coming from?
Well, the women were giving birth to them, and they couldn't afford to take care of them, and the hospitals didn't have the equipment to for these babies to survive. So he came up with this glass incubator, which they're using today. He came up with that.
Right.
He made it, and he took some of these babies, 6,000 of them, and put them in incubators and saved some of their lives. I don't know what happened to some of them. I don't think survived, but most of them did.
In the 90s, we had something a little bit similar to that. Do you remember the Romanian Angel Relief Fund?
No.
After the fall of the Soviet Union in the early 1990s, if you remember, Romania, all the AIDS babies were full of orphanages, all of Romania. And George Harrison of the Beatles, his wife and him, they started doing a relief fund because George Harrison was one of the first ones who did the concert for Bangladesh in the early 1970s. So he was one of the originators of rock and roll giving back. And he did the Romanian Angel Relief Fund, and to wear awareness of all these thousands and thousands of babies who were dying in the orphanages because they had AIDS, and Romania put them in there, and they had never received human touch. They
Wow.
and so in history, sometimes things like that happen. Yeah.
That's sad.
So that Romanian thing, if I'm not mistaken, I think when people were digging into Erica Kirk's past, that she was a part of that. You
Really?
guys can, yeah. I don't know if that's the exact same organization or not, but I do. If my memory serves me, I believe that Erica Kirk was involved in that, like before she met Charlie or whatever.
She
And
couldn't
I
because this happened in 1991, the fall of the Soviet Union.
Yeah, but like the organization. So it was like Romanian something. It sounds the same. So maybe it's similar. Maybe it's not the exact same thing. But when the whole Erica stuff was going and all the conspiracy theories started, that popped up. So I don't know if that's if maybe I'm mistaking it because it sounds similar, or I don't know if it is the same organization. I don't know what, but she was involved with something like that in Romania. And I always tell everybody, do your own research, Google it, read about it, because I don't know what's going on. The trial is happening right now. Is anybody here, like in the chat maybe, or on stage doing? Are any of you guys following the trial?
I listened to some of it today.
How was it, in your opinion?
The judge was pretty upset when he looked at the pit photographs. That's all I can say. That he was pretty upset watching the photos of Charlie.
Okay.
And I think she walked out. I heard she walked out of the court.
Yeah, and his parents did too. Like I saw a clip of that, like them walking out, but I don't know like when they did that. Like somebody else told me that it kind of like confirms that the shooter was the shooter. So I was like, I don't know, because I haven't been following it.
Yeah,
but if you guys know,
the jury's still out on that, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, I don't know. We'll in a couple of Tuesdays when this like blows over, I want to look into that and talk about it.
I want to
So
give
let me know
kudos
how
to
you
your
guys feel.
state, Ruby.
Yeah.
You know who Sheriff Grady is from your state?
Yeah, yeah.
I love him. They were
Yep.
talking. Let's talk about the
Mhm.
the flash mobs that are going on. What they did in Newport Beach and California.
Oh, yeah.
He
Mhm.
was wild. He was on today. I guess they killed someone in your state, and he said that they're on top of this, and that they're making the parents accountable too, as well as the teenagers that are causing all this mayhem. And he's saying that they should go on the social media and shut this down. And I agree with that, because the kids in California, they came from Arizona and Utah. They weren't even from around there. Did you see the picture?
Really?
They did? It was despicable to watch. They went into grocery stores, they pillaged the grocery stores and threw everything all over the street. It was horrible to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Firecrackers on top of people. They threw it on top of a police officer. They were throwing live fireworks into the crowds. It was just despicable, really.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite sheriffs, like on the internet. He was really good. I'm gonna have to check his track record, because I can't remember how he handled like the 2020 stuff. But that's like my tell. You know what I mean? Like the sheriffs who were really good during 2020, then those are the ones that I trust. But his Polk County, like where that's his county, is one. I think it's one of like the more conservative counties in the entire state, if I'm not mistaken.
Where is that? What part of Florida?
Central Florida. Is like right in between Tampa and Orlando, and it's like one of the more conservative. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't play. So when that stuff was going down, I was like, oh man, like I already know what's gonna happen. And that's why I go home when the sun goes down. I do not stay. I don't care how safe the state or county is. I go home when the sun goes down. I do not want to get caught in none of that. You know what I'm saying? So he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's wonderful. He had a guy from Massachusetts, from Haiti, who was an illegal. He hit a state trooper with a truck. He had what do you call it? What kind of license? A DL something license?
Yeah, CDL, like driving trucks.
Yeah, he drove a truck, hit the state trooper, and yeah, he's arrested now. I think he got arrested in Florida because Sheriff Grady was talking about him. this morning.
Yeah. So you see stuff like that, that's preventable, and I can't read those types of stories because I'm gonna get triggered. Like it's gonna trigger me because it's like I can't even do anything about it.
You'll get wild when you see Newport, California, when you see all what they were doing.
Yeah, exactly. And you remember when we spoke about the flock cameras and that stuff that was going on? Unfortunately, Grady approved of those flock cameras. You guys already kind of know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
So the new guy who's running for governor, James Fishback, I've mentioned him like twice or three times before. And that's one of the things he's running on. Like, I just want to put it out there to you guys. Check your states. Check how your politicians are speaking about these flock cameras, the data centers, because these conversations are just starting. Like Polk County has a meeting, like a city council meeting, about building this thing. Still, even after so many hundreds of people were like, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
And people are getting really upset. They're vandalizing the flock cameras and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting a little crazy. But yeah, he's running for governor, and he said that he's gonna ban those things. He's gonna ban the data centers. He's gonna take down the cameras.
Good.
And he's gonna stop the team takeovers because that's getting out of hand. Everything that you've said, that's what this guy is running on, and he's running for governor. And I think I'm gonna vote for him. Like, maybe next Tuesday we'll dive into more of like his campaign or whatever.
Yeah,
and
I watched this debate. I watched this debate on TV with the other two gentlemen.
Did you? How did you like it?
I actually liked all of them, but he was really good though. They were all good, but I liked him the best.
Nice. Okay, because there's this other guy who's running, who's actually the lieutenant governor of DeSantis. And everybody is so everybody is saying, oh, like, why didn't DeSantis already endorse him? Yada yada. And that is a good question. You know what I'm saying? Like, why hasn't he endorsed somebody?
He addressed that. DeSantis addressed that.
What do you know what he said? What he said?
He didn't say much. He just said he didn't have an answer, I guess. I don't think he knows.
That's whack. Like, what?
He really didn't give a concrete answer, to be honest.
Did you see the gentleman who ran against DeSantis in the news today?
No.
Yeah, look it up.
What happened? Wait, what? You mean the Democratic runner?
Yes. The black gentleman.
What did he say?
No. Did you see his? I think he was arrested.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. I was there for his scandal when he was running for governor, and I remember I was telling my husband, you don't see something wrong with that guy? Like, I don't know what it was. It was like a gut feeling for me. I knew something was wrong and I couldn't pinpoint it in that man. And when the crap hit the fan with that guy, it was like so much validation that, like, if you're good at that, you could sniff people out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell when people are being fake or not. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I got more confident in voting for people, because you got to really get to know these people before.
Yeah.
Almost a sixth sense. I get the same way when I like the mayor of Chicago or the mayor of Los Angeles. I really don't think, it's just my opinion. But my sixth sense tells me they don't have the spirit of America.
No, they
I'm
don't.
not like them. I have nothing in common with them. Nothing. I think if I was sitting next to them, I think my skin would crawl.
Well, look at the guy in Maine. What's going on with him? He's running in the Democrat Party. That guy in Maine, he's supposedly raped a few women.
And look at the hate they have. They're very inclusive. When I'm on social media, my name is Jesus Gonzalez. So I have a Mexican surname, name, and Jesus in Spanish. And you should see the white Democrats, the way they treat me.
Really?
So much hate and vitriol, coconut, every name. And I wear it with pride. I mean, I have to live 57 years in America and I still can't speak English. Jeez. I mean, your family's been here 100 years and probably in the desert for 200, 300, 400 years, and you're not part of this country? According to the,
Yeah, that's actually a belief system. We had a guy here last Tuesday who was saying that exact thing. He was like, "You're not American if you're not a white man of good character with European heritage." And we had a great conversation.
yeah, but you know what? When I'm at a Trump rally or something, or I'm at
Mhm.
a racist rally, or we hate everybody equally. Yeah, just give me a beer and tell me to go shut the hell up over there, you know, and let me go check out the women, and I'm happy. Mhm.
Nah, I don't think people are. I don't believe in racism, but that's another topic for another
See,
stream.
Yeah,
when
that's
I
a
was a
good
kid,
topic.
we were taught to be racist,
Right.
and we all loved each other.
Exactly.
Golden era. I grew up in the
Oh,
bicentennial.
oh, no.
We all loved each other. There was a black kid, a white kid, and a Mexican kid, and we were like those three kids in that famous Constitution picture of 1776.
How about the Mod Squad?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you see, Jesse, how like the way you speak sometimes reminds me of my own childhood, which reminds me of how even in the late 90s, early 2000s, that was still a thing. I don't know what happened like after 2001 or even like later 2010s, something happened. And I'm still
You know what?
confused. I don't get
Well,
it.
when I was a kid, discrimination was a good word.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I'm going to use the word Rothschild, and I'm sorry. In the 70s, I didn't know what Rothschild is. So,
Mhm.
but anyways, there was a commercial on TV, and this lady, she goes, "The lady is of distinguishing taste," and she had a Rothschild candy. Remember the Rothschild candy? Remember the
No.
Rothschild? She was of discriminating taste. So we were taught to discriminate against the bad and always take the good. Like the
Mhm.
word gay. When I was a kid, the word gay meant happy, like the Brady Bunch. We're
Right,
happy and
right.
gay. It was happy. And now
Mhm.
they've changed it. So
Right.
you were supposed to discriminate against the bad, but now discrimination is a bad word. But old
Right.
guys like me, we were taught to discriminate against the bad. Your parents
Mhm.
said, "I don't want you hanging around those guys." Why? Because they're doing this, yada, yada, yada. So we were taught
Mhm.
to discriminate against the bad, not hate anybody, but don't
Right.
associate with that hateful people. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, you grew up knowing where you belong, who your group of people were, who your community was. Like the Hispanics were with the Hispanics, the blacks, the whites, etc. Even in New York, when we lived right across the street from Chinatown, the Chinese were with the Chinese. Everybody knew their place. And I went to school with them. I got bullied and everything because I was only the Spanish kid with light eyes in that school. But it was like, that's how it is. That's how
But
the
we
world is.
were faithful to America. Let me tell you a story. One
Yeah,
time I
right.
left the Kingdom Hall and I had this. It was Sunday, and here in Yuma it's about 110 degrees right now. 7:30 at night. It's about 110. I'm in my shop, and this Sunday I was at the meeting at the Kingdom Hall, and something called me and told me to go to work that day and go build some ductwork at a house at the farthest point of the Berry Goldwater bombing range, where the United States Marine Corps has their flying. It's the last house right before the Berry Gold. I went to work there. And I don't know why there was a spirit called me to go out there and work. I don't normally do that.
Mhm.
And there was this body that was coming at me from the desert. And it was this guy. This was after 9/11. And it was a Mexican that was dumped out. It was an immigrant that was dumped in the desert by the Mexican, the Border Patrol. And he was barely alive. So
Jeez.
I fed him. I gave him my lunch. I gave him my water. I gave him all my money, everything. He asked me to take him to the gas station so he could use the phone. And I told him I can't do that. I gave him everything I had. I gave him all my money, my water, everything. And I helped him. I told him how to get there. But I told him I can't give you a ride. I would be breaking the law. I would be unfaithful to the country. And that's the way my father taught me. He was a naturalized citizen. And he would never help an illegal alien. He wouldn't give him a ride. He would give him his money, his clothes, anything, but he would not betray the United States government. And what we have people today, and this is what I'm saying, there's a lot of traitors in our country. They see things bad and they pile on Uncle Sam. We know we're not Pollyannas. We know there's a lot of problems with our government, but we're not making love to the Chinese communists. We're not making love to the Islamists. We're not making love to the atheists. Just because Uncle Sam, just because Donald Trump did a mean tweet, I'm gonna go make love to the Chinese communists?
No.
And that's what our dear brothers, our liberal brothers have forgotten. Their derangement is so great. They see something, a little flaw in us. For example, January 6th. They will take January 6th to the grave. To a Democrat and a communist, every day is January 6th.
Right.
They treat their bodies like January 6th. They're transgendering themselves. Tell me that's not a physical insurrection. Everything. Yeah.
That's a good point, to be honest. But what you're describing, Jesse, is loyalty.
Yeah.
That's loyalty to your country, and a lot of people do not have loyalty to.
Because I'm a bigot,
country.
homophobe, racist. That's why I'm so loyal.
Exactly. So I understand that in that way, because they don't even have loyalty to one another.
To their bodies.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't even have loyalty to their bodies.
Yeah, they don't respect themselves. They don't love themselves. They have no loyalty.
Think about it. Think about it this way. If a person can't tell you what a man is or a woman is,
Right.
and he's going to tell you about insurrection is,
No.
he's going to tell you what energy policy to have. He's going to tell you about, if they can't get the basic biology that a 2, 3, 4 day old human baby knows. A human baby knows when the moment she's born, she goes for the mom's nipple.
Right.
She knows basic biology at the moment of birth.
Mhm.
These people that call themselves doctors that testify in Congress, they don't understand that. And they're going to tell us. They're going to tell us about justice.
No.
When they can't, they're biology deniers.
Yeah, exactly. Just to prove a point, because that's how upset they are. But that is rooted in hatred, though. You see what I'm saying? Like, they harbor the hate, they spread that hate, and then they project that, calling the other side hateful.
Beautiful. Now, with that, I'm going to riddle you. With what you read about the Constitution, what is the greatest word in the Constitution that you guys were reading earlier that's not found in the Constitution?
Wait a minute, say that again.
The greatest word in the Constitution that's not found in the Constitution.
The greatest word?
Gail, did you have a mom and dad? Did God bless you to have a beautiful mom and dad?
No.
Oh, I did. And I had a Mexican dad.
I grew up in an extended family with a lot of Gestapos. I grew up in an Italian extended family. So,
okay, so you're a
that is
fascist.
saying freedom, Jesse. James says freedom. Nurse says
Close.
freedom.
It's
so
love. Love.
yeah, we had
Love.
freedom, but I got picked on for being an Italian.
Well, the word
And
love.
this is a true story. My deceased husband, he was a Vietnam veteran. His mother did not like me. You want to know why? 2 reasons. No. I was Protestant and I was Italian, and she didn't want her Irish Catholic son marrying me.
Holy crap.
Yeah,
a Presbyterian.
And that was back in the 60s.
You were a Pentecostal fascist. Wow, the worst. No, but the reason I bring up the word love, Gail, is because our dads, our older dads, and our fathers, our grandfathers, and they love their family. They sacrifice their body. They sacrifice themselves, but they never said, I love you. Like I tell my son, I love you. My dad never told me I love you. The Constitution doesn't tell you I love you, but they sacrifice their sacred honor to build our country. That's why I said the word love is so important. These men weren't going around saying, hey, I love you, in touch with their feminine side. No, they put their bodies, their minds, their property, their sacred honor on the line. Tell me that's not love. The Constitution is a loving document, not a living document. It's a loving document. Our fathers built something on sacrifice, not welfare.
Right.
Not the welfare. They built it on they sacrificed on the Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776. They put their butts on the line. Their limey butts on the line for us. That's why I say it's a miracle.
And those same class of elites that put the founding fathers, it's my opinion that in today's modern world, that same class doesn't want to put their butts on the line. They don't want to do the right thing when it comes to that and step up and do something. Like, no, they're
like Dinesh D'Souza says about the politicians. He goes, you know what? He goes, I know we have a lot of work to do here. I know we're going to have a lot of sacrifice, but I'm busy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice my brother-in-law. I'm going to sacrifice my sister. They sacrifice other people's money. They sacrifice other people's property. They don't sacrifice themselves. Do you think Gavin Newsom will give his life for the Californians?
No,
of course not.
How about that young kid? How about that young kid that ran for mayor of New York? Do you think he's of the class that would sacrifice his life?
No.
I think he would. I think that guy that lost.
Oh, the one that lost. Okay, I don't think I know him.
Because he lost his mom and dad's house. He has skin in the game. I really believe him to be a patriot. I forget his name, but when you hear his story and the way he speaks, he is the antithesis of the political class demonstrated by Gavin Newsom and their type. There are Americans who would sacrifice everything, just like our founding fathers did. There are.
Did you listen to Mandami's speech on the 4th of July? Did you listen to his hate speech?
Who's that?
Yeah, yo.
I couldn't listen. I'm so sorry.
Did you know he had did you know something? He had his desk turned around.
I was just about to bring
Why?
that up, Gail, because
Why?
Wait. I wish Jimmy was here right now because
I have no idea why he did it. I don't know why.
I think this is a signal.
Symbolic?
It has to be some sort of signal.
Some symbolism?
Yeah, you might be right, Ruby.
I think so. Yeah, because he's sitting at in front of the desk instead of behind the desk.
Exactly.
And that's George Washington's desk. I read.
I think he did that on purpose. That was
unless he's signaling that he's beyond George Washington or the opposite side of George Washington, because
or behind.
Yeah,
because he's not behind the desk.
He doesn't embody nothing upon which our country was founded on. Nothing. You know what? A naturalized citizen. My father came in the 50s to America. He told me that a naturalized citizen has an obligation, morally, ethically, spiritually, to love their country more than anybody. My dad, when I was a little kid, I would hear, "Ask not what your country could do for you. Ask." And then they go in school, they told me John F. Kennedy said that. I go, "What? My dad's a liar. I thought it was my dad that said that." My dad would speak like Martin Luther King, and he would quote all these great people who love freedom and America. And he would quote Nixon and Reagan. And stupid me, I thought it was my dad speaking. And then I go to school and I find out, oh, wait, these are the great men that might. Well, my dad used to say that it is the obligation of a naturalized citizen to love their country more, because he did a premeditated act where a natural born citizen is already born. He's already a citizen.
Right.
Where a naturalized citizen has to take it upon himself and actively pledge an oath to our country. It's different.
Exactly.
So it is the duty of Mandami, not being a natural born citizen, to be an example of what a patriot is, to be an example. He's an example of how to hate your country.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. Wow, that was really great point.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, that was really good. But to
hey,
be
Ruby,
honest,
I have to leave because they're calling me to work now.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta go to
Thank you,
work.
Jesse, for joining the stage.
I have one regret.
What?
I didn't get to hear the beautiful voice of Matthew. Man, I'm great.
He's quiet. He's not talking.
I think he's just chilling. He's just watching and chilling. He's just here for the
such
vibe.
a handsome man should have a beautiful voice.
I've been enjoying you laying down some interesting facts and knowledge there, Jesse. So thank you very, very much.
Now I'm going to prove my Mexican hood and go to work.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Well, take care, Jason. Thank you for being with us.
Okay, so Jesse is gone now. And you know what, guys? Let me know how you feel about this if you've seen these videos. But this past Sunday, I was watching a YouTube video of like a sermon, like a homily in one of the churches locally over here. And it's my church, actually, my church. So the priest was saying about the FIFA game, the World Cup or whatever that was in America, that people were making videos online, and I have not seen this, but maybe you guys have. People are making videos about like how clean America is, or how nice American people are, and how they felt like they were lied to, or like I don't know what kind of propaganda they were watching, but like they were pleasantly surprised when they were visiting America, and they were like, man, I feel like we've been lied to about America. This is a great country. This is a place where like I would like they would want to come to, which I do think that is the truth. You know, like I actually believe that they would say that.
I believe that too.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've guys seen that. Anybody in the chat, let me know. But he was bringing up that point to say like sometimes we take for granted that type of country that we live in, whereas in other countries they don't have simple things like air conditioning in their stores or public restrooms that you could use for free. And I was like, no way. I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. If you guys, let me know if you guys have experienced that, because I mean, I've been to Puerto Rico and that was a culture shock for me, because I was like, why you don't have hot water? Like, what are you talking about? We have to take a shower in cold water or in buckets, or like, like that was weird. Like the island life was like, I was like, no, I need to go home. I'm from New York. Okay. I'm a New York girl. I need to go back to New York. So yeah, he was kind of talking about like just taking for granted how much freedom we have. And like how we can talk about our government and not get arrested. Like simple things that everywhere else, even in the UK, people are still getting arrested for talking or for like a social media post. Like that's still happening.
Yes.
And I'm just like, oof, I don't know what's going on, but
a friend of mine was in the bars in Boston. He said the Scots drank up all the beer. He said all the beer was, they were complaining that they drank all the beer in the bars in Boston.
Ruby,
yeah.
may I read some of the comments? We got Jane Spitfire there. We got Born. We got a few that are making some
go ahead.
great comments. Can I do that? It says, so we'll start with Joseph Gallion. Says our military has demonstrated that young people are loyal to the Constitution. And then Jane Spitfire says, it says tuned into that desk turned around. Is that symbolism? So it's interesting signaling. I think that, it is passing our mind. We haven't kind of resolved that. And of course, Dallas is also in the chat as well. You're playing both sides here, yeah. Anyway, Rodzalewski, symbol, the tables are turned, and then Born, like getting baptized, JW, coming back to what that taught us. And then Jane says, there is a phrase for when immigrant comes to US, but if war happens from country born in, they must side with homeland. And then Jane also says, yes, America is clean compared to other countries, Africa and yes, American. And India is real junky all over and smell. So those are some of the highlights in the chat there. I just thought was kind of interesting because, is that some signaling that's going on there, Ruby? It doesn't, it's not far-fetched, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that because I don't know about that war comment. Like if their homeland goes to war, that they have to. I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to look into that. And Joseph's comment about the military. So you see, is it really called loyalty when you're getting paid? Like I don't know. Like I struggle with the military in general because it's like. People go there, they get paid for what they do. Like it's a job, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't consider that loyalty like in the way we were discussing it because they're getting paid to do right. And if they don't do what they do or they do something against orders, they're going to a whole different military court, military jail. You know what I'm saying? Like there's consequences. So that's different. I don't know. That's just me though. And a lot of people rip off the military. So they go into the military, right? And I've heard this. I'm not saying like, let me know if you guys have heard this. I've heard this, but like people go into the military and then they claim a disability or some sort. It could be mental health, it could be joints, or it could be anything really. Or they really do have a disability, right? Like, but they take advantage of that system. And then they get discharged, right? Medically. And then they receive benefits to a certain percent. And depending on that, they can receive benefits for the rest of their lives, depending on whatever, it was like 100% disability. And I was like, that's weird. Like I understand if you lost a limb, right? Or you have like PTSD, right? Like you went to war, something happened. You know what I'm saying? But if you go into the military and then 2 years later, 3 years later, you say, oh, I can't sleep at night, or I get anxiety, and then you get disability and you get paid. Like, no. So I got issues. I got issues with all of that, and I'm gonna have to dig into that a little bit more because I don't know. Yeah. There's a lot of things we have to fix in this country that is so. I think it's just too much, honestly. I think it's just we're too big and we're too much. That's what it is. I wish I lived in a small country, small government, maybe a small military. I don't know. And that has its own pros and cons, but it's like, man, it's like we're too big, we're too much. But whatever. It is what it is. I'm gonna
Okay,
say this.
can I make a
Go
point
ahead.
about
Yeah,
the
go ahead. Yeah.
military?
Mhm.
My brother was a chief petty officer in the Navy. He was deployed 3 times in Vietnam, and he gets a pension. He doesn't get anything disability, but he does get a pension because they should get a pension. He's been in the military most of his life. And on the other hand, my deceased husband was blown up in Vietnam, and he got VA benefits. I think they deserve it. If you go to war, you get wounded, you definitely deserve some compensation. And that's where the Veterans Administration comes into play.
I agree.
I agree.
I
Yes,
agree.
for something
But
like
I
serious
will
like
tell
that.
you, my brother, when they salute him, I don't know how they know he's an officer. He won't salute some of the Vietnam vets because he said a lot of them were drug addicts and he had no respect for them. So that's another side of the coin. And yeah, he said some claim disability because they didn't want to stay in the war. So they,
Right.
and that's the same with other things. People file for disability in this country for reasons that they really shouldn't be on it. They're I have back trouble, I'm mentally ill. So that's why our system is broken, because a lot of people file for disability and they don't deserve it. So there's two sides.
Exactly.
You know, and it's terrible because they abuse it for the people who deserve it.
Exactly.
That's right.
JW should be paying out disability.
I
They
absolutely.
Real cases.
We need a class action lawsuit against them. I wish we'd do a class action lawsuit against them.
I'd love if we could. I'd love if we could sue the hell out of Witch Tower.
We should. Look at the damage that they've done and caused to numerous families, people committing suicide, people depressed, people with post-traumatic stress disorder because of the brainwash. And I think something should be done. That's just me.
Yeah. Well, how many have, recognized now complex post-traumatic stress disorder from religious trauma syndrome? Okay, so you've got Steve Hassan that's done a lot of pioneering work. I mean, that's only 20 years ago that started to be recognized and gain traction. I think of Dr. Deborah Lynn Katz, PhD, but I mean, big name there is Hassan, isn't it? I mean, you mentioned that and his name comes up, right? But there are others that have done it. And it's only really, when can you say that really started being accepted? 10 years ago?
What are you talking? I'm sorry, I don't know. What were you talking about?
Complex post-traumatic stress disorder from religious trauma syndrome.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you have to prove that or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I think that's fairly recent. That's not like I mean, I don't know, but like I would use government, right? Just to kind of bring it back to politics a little bit, is because people think, right, that government should be involved in your housing, your food, your children, kind of like dictating those types of things. And that is socialism, communism, right? Like it goes too far, right? But if we're a serious country protecting our citizens, why wouldn't we want to protect them from cults, from things and organizations that we already know or should know that will be harmful to our society? So I think, America is too free when it comes to stuff like that, because you could come to this country, start your own cult, become a pastor, do whatever you want, as long as you're not killing anybody or hurting any children or anything, you're perfectly fine. You see what I'm saying? Like, no, I that's why I'm a Christian nationalist, to be honest. That's exactly why. It's because I want to prevent that, my own background, from happening to other, people that don't know anything. And I think we should do that on a government level.
Yeah,
but we
sure.
should do
Unless,
it
of course, it suits government to actually have a disabled people that are harmed by these institutional systems or these religious systems. Is that why there's a 501c? Is that why government says, "Oh, you don't pay tax"? Because actually, when we have a religious system or a high control religious system, actually that is tax, because they teach about Melchizedek. And they teach about Abraham giving the 10th part, and kind of what's happening there is the wealth in the system is flowing upwards within that religious system. And by the way, as a government, we can come in and swoop and or insert our own agents into that system.
right.
And
Easy. Yep.
I think where you can connect the dots is they can benefit from that, right?
Yeah, but remember when Bo Benson did his presentation? I don't know if you've seen that. If you haven't, go back and look at that, because Bo brought in how the element of Satanism kind of came into politics, came into cults, came into a lot of aspects of our life that right under our nose, right? And if you know about how Jimmy and I talk about conspiracy theories a lot. So one of the 13 bloodlines is the Russell bloodline, where Charles Taze Russell comes from. So when you start connecting dots like this, now it kind of makes sense that nothing is a coincidence, and all of these cults that were made in the 1800s, 1900s, and onward, they all somehow lead to the same 13 bloodlines. They use government programs like the mind control, which is exactly what it did to us. Is indoctrination through fear manipulation of God. And this is just another avenue for the government to experiment on their people without them even knowing. And that's just my theory and opinion. Those are the dots that I have connected, because they've done this before in a non-religious way. So if you guys know about the government experiments that they were doing on Puerto Rican women when they were testing them on birth control, and that's how they made birth control, right? So they were sterilizing the women without even the women knowing what they were doing, right? So we already know that the government does this. The American government does this. So why do we continue to put our faith in the American government? And I'm not saying that to be, disloyal or anything, or go against my country or my government. But it's like, when we start noticing patterns, don't get shocked when you start seeing it in a multi-billion huge corporation / religion like the JWs. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you open your eyes, you can't go back. And there's no denying that element, that the government could possibly be involved in that.
Well, you talk about joining the dots, Ruby, and look, you got to just adjudicate what I can say and what I can't say here, because I'm not too sure about how careful.
Oh, you could say whatever you want, but I'm demonetized already. You could say whatever you want.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, thank you for your service, Ruby. But I get told. Oh, sorry, Gigi. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Matthew.
I get told, okay, Obama's down here on the turf just outside my window, okay, and I go, well, what's he doing on the peninsula here? See, and then I get told, well, Gates is also down here, and then I get told, Prince William's down here too, on the same piece of turf just outside the window here. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding about this.
I believe you.
Now, there was I better put a trigger alert warning, folks, okay? Because there's this baby deposit center. So if you've got an unwanted baby, you just put it in like this little box, and that's it.
Gross.
But round the corner is Bill and Melinda Gates's
foundation.
Yeah. I mean, you've heard this before, obviously, right?
Yes.
I mean, this kind of pattern. Okay, so the way I found out about it is I get And the cover up is incredible. I
Yep.
mean, you got to talk. It's so sophisticated, because I take we're going past the center, and you've got poverty like you cannot believe, and then you've got Bill and Melinda's place. It's all state of the art stuff in the middle of poverty and squalor, right where this baby receiving unit is, right? Okay, and then you've got Desmond Tutu deposited mobile clinics for AIDS testing and tuberculosis.
Wow.
Yeah, I think you guys know what's coming next, right? Anyway, we get a notice that for persons that are migrating due to economic meltdown, namely Chichewa speaking, Shona speaking up north, are coming down here, but are being sought out by these centers. They're wanting to know where they live, and these centers are offering this free medical and tuberculosis and AIDS testing stuff. And I'm going, hang on, guys, you're handing over names here of these persons who are basically the backbone working class down here, all right, who are working for below, what is it, below poverty line, right? And you're handing over the names of these individuals. I said, don't you realize that when this thing is for free, you are the product? You're the product, guys. What's being tested here? What's going on? What are you being injected with? What kind of medications are you getting? And then of course I get shot down by the actual doctors in the area and saying, no, there's nothing like that that's going on here. I said, but you realize how compartmentalized you are with information. It's very, very compartmentalized.
Mhm.
When these babies are being put into these boxes, who's tracking that? Who is
Nobody. I was gonna. There was a link between Jeffrey Epstein and Zorro Ranch. He started the baby incubators with Gates.
This is bad stuff, hey Gail.
Yeah,
It's real bad. That's why I don't know how much I can say on the air here.
I didn't want to put a video in on it either because it's too disturbing what Epstein was doing on Zorro Ranch.
Now they come to a place like South Africa, we got different laws, but it's like if I said it's the Wild West, it's a kind of like a free-for-all going on down here. It's hectic. It's really hectic.
And it's for cannibalism too. Part of it. It's a horrible word, but they used the babies for cannibalism too. They thought it was going to make them look youthful and young and beautiful. It's really a sick, twisted.
Or maybe it was for a ritual. We've spoken about this before.
Yeah. That's true too.
Yes, and I think I'm leaning towards that because I don't think like these people are real people. Like the way Jesse was talking about like the spirit of like that. That's how I kind of feel with these people. It's like they're not even human anymore. So it's just evil. It's just like a demonic possession or of some sort that they're not thinking and talking the way we are, because we're here. We're down to earth. We're like we're in our right mind. But once you pass a certain limit and you start dabbling into things that are of a different realm or a different world, you're not human anymore.
Oh. Eugenics. What does that mean, Matthew? Eugenics. I heard that word a lot.
Yeah, so it's genetic discrimination. It's your genetic.
It's like a cleansing.
I wanted to say discrimination. Is that correct, Ruby?
I guess so. Yeah.
So it's like your Nazi kind of thing. Let's get the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, genetics, the master race thing. Yeah, let's get that going. So, but I mean that happens in all kinds of cultures and all kinds of sectors. I mean, you have here in Africa, who's the kid that gets mocked in the African societies is the darkest kid. The darkest kid. He's attacked, because he's so dark and he's the brunt of the joke. But Ruby, you also want to steer this towards the politics. So I look at what's on the lines here. I mean, we've got a listening station on the mountain here, military listening station. So I have trouble with the microwave link and what I'm transmitting. In fact, this is the most clear I've ever been able to talk on a show, actually. But there's a big U.S. embassy just over the mountain here, and I'm going, wow, this thing is sophisticated. It goes into the deep earth, eh? I mean, it goes real deep. And then you follow the line, because you're making the spiritual connection with the politics, right? And you're going, well, how do you separate the two? Because there's agenda going on here, and we're connecting. What's it? Politics, spiritualism, these awful sacrifice things that are going on, which is all under this umbrella of legalism. Like, I mean, if baby is placed in there or whatever, no, that's legal. It's legal, guys. What are you worried about? You know,
That's all sick.
It's all under control.
Crazy.
Yeah. So what's happening on the mountain here? Well, if you come down here, you can hear the chants on the mountain. The chants are going on. And what's right on the end, right by the beach? Masonic Lodge.
Oh, wow.
So
You see it, yo.
Yeah. And then you take a look on the world map, and of course Cape Town. You take a look; it's on a 33 degree foot coming all the way down here.
You see? I don't think we're ever gonna get away from this, honestly. And I tell Jimmy this all the time. This is not a fight that we can fight, and that's what reignited my faith.
It's too big.
Yeah, that's why we need Jesus to come back. Honestly, that's what reignited my faith, because I was like, there's nothing that can combat evil except
God.
the good, right? Like the opposite.
Right. That's right.
No other God or religion out there has been like mocked, dragged through the mud.
Yep.
I mean, everybody can claim persecution, but like they literally will kill you for certain belief systems, and the list goes on, right? So it's like, I don't think we can do much except pray because we can't fix this. I don't think we can fix this.
I agree, and to add to that, I pray constantly for Jesus to come, because I can't stand what's going on. I really can't. Just when you think you've heard it all, something comes and shocks you all over again. I find it interesting that Obama was with Gates. Gates is now coming on TV. He's on Facebook. He's mad at Robert Kennedy Jr. because Robert Kennedy Jr. is calling him out. And now he's come up with this thing. He's going to have a cure for Alzheimer's because Robert Kennedy Jr. is getting all over Gates's case because of the ticks and the mosquitoes and buying up all our farms and killing our cattle. So his new thing with the Melinda Foundation is working on Alzheimer's, a cure for Alzheimer's. But they say there already is a cure, so I don't know.
Oh no, that phrase scares me because I just finished watching the Planet of the Apes and the cure for autism. The virus that they came up with made the chimpanzees talk.
Wow.
Right? Like we just finished watching Rise yesterday and then Dawn of the Planet of the Apes today. Like the remakes, the new ones that came out.
Oh, what are those like?
It's
like
pretty
Island
good.
of Dr. Moreau.
It was pretty
I remember
good
that with Marlon Brando. That was a weird movie. Oh, that was a horrible movie.
Yeah, so you see, it's like they tell us in movies, and that's a theory that like Jimmy and I believe in, is that they tell us things in movies, they explain things to you in movies, music. Like if you really listen and if you're really watching, you will find those little nuggets or like Easter eggs that you're like, what? Like in that movie.
Eyes Wide Shut, for instance, in Kubrick.
Exactly, right? Like that's a blatant movie. That's like
That's
of course they're
based
gonna
on
kill
true
him.
facts. That's based on true facts. Eyes Wide Shut.
Right. So
he was murdered right after the movie.
I know, like of course, like you see things like that. I would totally, even if I wasn't like into this stuff, I would be like, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, duh. I would be shocked if he's alive. You know what I'm saying?
Ruby, you put a bug in my head now. Every time I see something, every time I watch a movie, I'm seeing, gee, what does that got to do with? Well, The Young Sherlock
Yes.
is excellent. There's 8 episodes, and the whole thing, they were inventing nerve gas. There was no blood. There was no signs. They had no idea how these people were dying, but they were experimenting on humans. And Sherlock Holmes trying to, rescue the person who made the nerve gas, which happened to be his father. But I was saying to myself, I wonder if this is trying to tell us something, because it's pretty new, The Young Sherlock. And I'm like, nerve gas, they came in capsules, and you just throw it on somebody and boom, they're gone.
Well, it's Hollywood, isn't it? I mean, it's coming out of Hollywood, and it's coming out of Walt Disney. I mean, how much? If you take a look at all of the films that are coming out, how come there's so many billion for the latest film, and there's so many billion? I mean, you're going, well, aren't they running at a loss? What's the incentive? Well,
I don't know.
Again, it's control, isn't it? And that's been going on.
Exactly. They want to control our minds, our bodies, literally everything. And fun fact, Disney is one of the 13 bloodlines. So
I just got a thing from Disney.
Yeah.
Well, so is Grey as well, because it's
maybe
connected
I'll
to.
delete it now.
Yeah. So you see, I don't believe in coincidences anymore.
I don't either. I never did.
Yeah, I don't care too much about a lot, but at the same time I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be balanced with this type of stuff. The rabbit holes are really fun to fall down, but then it's fun until it's not. Like, I know Jimmy looks into a lot of that's what I was gonna say. So Jimmy, if you're watching, or I'll just text him, like, what am I talking about? So next Tuesday I want to hear Jimmy's theory about the Mamdani and the desk, because as soon as I saw it, his face popped into my head. I'm like, I need to ask.
Yeah, I'd like to know too.
Yeah, like, I am super curious, because Jimmy's into that stuff. He sees these things 10 miles away.
And how did he get Washington's desk, by the way?
Right? Like, I was.
And why does he even have it? He shouldn't have it, period.
Thank you. Like, I was offended, honestly. I was like, why is this dude behind? I don't want him nowhere near the desk. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really offensive to me.
So whose face popped into your head, Ruby? Because that sounded like an intuition.
Jimmy's, because
Jimmy.
Yeah. Jimmy. Listen, as soon as I see this stuff, either I call him, text him, or what, right? So at this moment, I couldn't really do that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask him on Tuesday night. And since we do this live, that's kind of, I wait until Tuesday to kind of ask him these questions. So next Tuesday, I'm gonna ask him about it, because I was like, why? And that's another thing, when you start seeing odd stuff like that, like, why is he sitting in front of it? And when you see stuff like that, that's
and he was sitting down and everybody's standing. That was another thing. He always stands, but he decided to sit at the desk.
Right? It felt aggressive. To me, it felt aggressive and militant. Like it felt like they were trying to display an aggressiveness that I can't pinpoint. Because it's like, why are you standing there holding sound and you have no emotion on your face? Like, everybody is just like a robot, just standing right there. And it's July 4th. Like, what? Yeah. The optics are all wrong for me. It was just a mess. So we're gonna watch it together. Maybe we should watch it together next Tuesday, and Jimmy will be there.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
hey, what do you think of the Citizen? I'm telling you, every time I see something, the Citizen Vigilante. Have you heard about this?
What's that, Gail?
Citizen Vigilante got banned in Germany. Have you heard about it, Ruby?
I don't think I have. I don't know.
Oh, this is causing the Democrats to go crazy. It's a guy in Germany. He takes it upon himself to kill all the bad guys. It's very graphic, but the message is there. So now they've got someone in Mexico who decided to be a vigilante, and it's causing a boomerang effect around the country. It's Citizen Vigilante. Actually, Elon Musk put it on free on X for 24 hours.
Oh, is that a movie?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I heard about it. So
I haven't heard of. I ain't heard about it yet.
Yeah, He kills a lot of people. I mean, you want to
It's free.
say,
It's free on X. So if you have an X account, go to Elon Musk's page and he put it for free.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, I think I'm gonna watch it tonight.
Well, just be careful because it's pretty bloody.
No, yeah, I watch. Yeah, go ahead.
But then you say, are you rooting for the guy? Then you say, well, maybe it's a little too much.
I missed your points about these data centers. I heard that flying, but I couldn't grasp what that was all about.
Okay,
What was the story?
Yeah, so in America, at least, the narrative is that China's gonna like outrun us or whatever with these data centers. That's just an excuse, in my opinion. I don't believe that, and even if it is true, I don't care. If you're gonna be aware about the environment and stuff like that, then where's Greta when you need her? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the hypocrisy that I kind of find a lot with the left, because that's something that we can get on the same page on and continue to make America great. You know what I'm saying? So all these data centers are popping up. They're saying, oh, they're going to use fresh water. They're going to take up space. Then there's like the sound weapon of the data center, because there's like a hum that never stops. So there's an episode that we did with Lily. So if you go back a couple episodes and you see Lily, that's the one you want to watch, because Lily educated herself on this. And then she emailed me all this stuff. And it just happened to be the same week that I was looking into this stuff, because there's a proposed data center in my county. And I was like, what the heck is that? And that's when I found out about the center and the flock cameras. So I told her, you need to join Tuesday night and talk about it, because you know a lot about it. So she joined, and you have to watch that episode. But yeah, basically it's just taking up more space, and it's going to hurt us as humans. It's going to take our fresh water, and it's going to hurt the environment. So why are we not on the same page with the environment stuff? Like, it's just confusing to me, and I don't want that. Like, I don't care about technology like that. I am anti-tech. I am like anti-tech when it comes to that. So, check your state. If you're in America, check your states, see where that is around you, because a lot of people are complaining of sicknesses, illnesses, migraine, headaches, and they don't know why. It's the same thing with the 5G network towers. Like, remember back in the day when they were talking about that? It's the exact same thing, but bigger. Like,
which is even worse. People can't. Who's going to buy their homes if they try to sell it? Who wants to live near a data center? Now, there's a map. There's a map of the United States with every state. Texas and California have the largest. Maine and Vermont have the least data centers in the country, and I think Florida might too. But they just made a huge one in our state. And Zuckerberg's making Zuckerberg and the guy, what's the guy, Bezos that owns Amazon. They're making a huge one in Arizona, but they're already sucking up a lot of water, and people the sediments seeping into their dishwashers, their sinks, their tubs. It's disgusting, really. Right. And who knows what it's going to do to the animals and the birds and the bees?
Exactly. So, this is why they're hypocrites, in my opinion, because you would never, as a Democrat, like that, I'm assuming, right? Like, you're going to be against that, because Democrats believe in this whole green stuff. Most of them do. So that's my struggle with that. So Raf in the chat is asking if I know about Plantier. So I've heard about it.
Who?
I don't, Plantier.
What's that?
I think it's like a security system or something that they're like spying on us or something.
Brother.
Some type of company that Peter Thiel came up with, and he financed JD Vance's campaign to become vice president. They're all in cahoots. You see what I'm saying? I don't trust nobody. I don't want no center, no security, no nothing.
No,
if I show you this, would you recognize it?
What is it? It's a keyboard, no? No, I can't.
It looks like one, but it says personal computer. No, I would have not known if it didn't say anything.
Okay, so there is a computer chip inside there, that was designed by Federico Fagin, Fagin. Now, this is an even older computer that I've got here, and it's also got the same microchip inside.
Uh-huh.
Now, this is a much older one, and I'll just show it to you.
Do they work?
Yeah, they still work after what 40, 50 years or something like that.
Wow.
So I'll just hold it up, but I want to be very
man.
careful with it because it's worth quite a bit.
Oh, wow.
So there it is.
Cool.
So it's also a Z80.
That's cool.
So it's still got the same microchip that was designed by Federico Fagin. Now, Ruby, when you were saying, talking about the frequencies, and then Gail was saying, well, you live by one of these things, and guess what your property's worth after that. But Federico, when he designed that chip, he wanted to design artificial consciousness. And now I'll tell you why I know about this is because I was his transcriber. So
Wow.
yeah, I was his transcriber. And so there's a recent, I don't know if you want to call it a thesis or something like that, and I transcribed it recently and it's just been published. And his whole thing, when he made his money he was working for Olivetti, his whole studies was quantum mechanics. It was quantum science. And he was in the belief that if he took crystals and made them resonate, and this particular one doesn't have sound, but what it does is it creates a resonance field that taps into radio waves. This little tiny computer from 50 years ago, you can tap into that resonance field and you can make sounds through the radio through this. It works completely differently. But the reason why this thing has got these frequencies is he was trying to create artificial intelligence back then, 40, 50 years ago. And I know about it because I saw that in the transcript. That was what he was talking about. So the whole pursuit of this was to get where we are right now with our artificial intelligence. And so when you talk about the spiritual aspect, the reason why these things are going up is the whole conflict is a memory war. And producing a powerful enough AI to go head to head with. It gets real strange. Are you ready for this? I'm not promoting it. I'm not saying, oh, I've got all the answers. I'm not saying that. It just gets real strange. That's all I'm saying. So again, trigger warning, folks, to go head to head with extraterrestrial AI.
Yeah, that they're trying to push that, and they're trying to this is not the first time that I've heard that. Like, they did the Disclosure Project and a documentary about that, and then Trump administration was kind of like slipping information out like that, like, oh, we're not alone, or like some politicians, I think it was Rubio, he was like, oh, I've seen some files or some things, and Anna Paulinina Luna, whatever her name is, she was saying the same thing. I will die on this hill, but I do not believe that aliens exist in the way that they're trying to.
I agree.
I agree.
I'm sorry, guys. I mean, if you believe that, that's fine. But
I
do believe
they're demons, not aliens.
Exactly. I believe that they are in communication with a spirit, with an entity, a disembodied entity that they're getting information from, because we know through the Book of Enoch, for example, right? Like, I have to read that, but like, I've heard like this already happened before. We have history, we have like books on this, we have once again, patterns of this happening since the beginning of time, where these spirits would try to communicate with us, would try to
That's right.
procreate with us, would try to come down here and teach us things and enlighten us in some way that apparently God couldn't do. Like, this is
Right. No,
this is
you
why,
right. You correct. You're right on the money,
Right.
Ruby.
yeah.
Barbara Anderson made comments about it with the Enochian
Mhm.
magic, and also
Mhm.
John Dee, the magician from. I have to check my dates. I always confuse between 1500 and 1200. It
Mhm.
could be from 1200. You know, the four watchtower pillars: earth, air,
Mhm.
fire, water,
Yep.
which is the ritual that they perform in
Earth,
front
fire,
of every,
water. Earth, fire, water.
which Jehovah's Witnesses, if I can mention, they perform that ritual at the annual general meeting. It used to be done on Manhattan, but they would.
I'm gonna put my email for you, Matthew. If you could send me whatever Barbara Anderson was saying, can you please email
Well,
it to me?
she was on Rick. I mean, it wasn't top secret. Somehow we came
When?
together on. It could have been about 2, 3. No, maybe 3. It's probably about a month ago now.
Okay, I'll look
Diamond
into
Dave was with me, and we got onto it. And I said to Barbara, I just said to her, by the way, Barbara, if you mention John D, people are just going to say that you're from, you're from the loony bin. I said, but the way that this thing works is compartmentalized, and it was information that was sent through oral tradition to the priesthood. That's how the JW system works. You don't put it in your publications. Well, you do if you look at the footnotes and you know what to look for. But I said the education comes from very similar to Kabbalistic methodology, where you inform your priesthood. Or if you go to your secret, like Jewish schools, for instance, or Jesuit schools, which I mean we had in Zimbabwe, it was all full of that. I mean, that was Robert Mugabe's education. He came from the Jesuit background, but your Jewish elites there in Zimbabwe, tremendous control, and you've got that control here in Cape Town. That education starts from childhood. I mean, your rabbis would come from Israel and they would teach you energy meditation, and they say to you, Ruby, think of a point in space. Well, what did you eat? Did you eat your 4th of July hot dog? Did you? Because that's what's powering that point in space that you're thinking of, right? So we've created, just by talking, something from energy that came from your hot dog that exists over there from the United States, and I told you here in Cape Town, and that's your quantum entanglement that's going on. They believe it. They believe this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, is that the people who are doing this type of stuff, they actually believe in it, and then they want to slip it into our society and our government, like as if we're not going to notice, or as if we're stupid, right? Because they want to downplay Christianity and, like, religions in general. But to me, all of it is demonic. I don't care what you call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care what race, what nation, what country it comes from. Demons are demons and angels are angels. Like, it is very simple for me sometimes. But I don't have a problem calling myself crazy. Like, I don't have a problem with these types of conversations. So I'm gonna watch
Well,
that
we're
episode.
working it out, isn't it? I mean, we're allowed to work it out together, and I think that's the liberation that we enjoy as a community, is going,
Well,
we can talk about this.
I just want to add, because I'm an environmentalist, and I'm really concerned about the data centers, what they're doing to people. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist because I believe in facts. Now, the jab that they gave most of us, I didn't take the jab on purpose. I refuse to have that in my body. Well, all this stuff's being done by design. It goes all the way back to John Rockefeller, because he even made a comment about the masses conforming. That's why he took control over the school system, because he didn't want people to be professors and doctors and lawyers. He wanted everybody to be stupid, just the basics.
Right.
So my theory is, with all this data, how much do you think your brain's going to be able to take all this negative energy? It's going to affect us cognitive. And why do you think Parkinson's on the increase? Alzheimer's? People are there's a great article. It was like 20 years ago, the dumbing down of America, and that's
Yep.
going on today. With the people, and look at how people are acting like animals. I mean, the stuff that's going on and allowed, like Tim Walsh letting that rapist who raped a 10-year-old, he let him out. He pardoned him. I mean, this is stuff that it wouldn't happen 20, 30 years ago.
Exactly.
And you know, remember I mentioned the Hells Angels last week, and I think it's Spain, the guy who produced and directed Citizen Vigilante, he said the banditos took over this country and there's no crime. He said they help everybody and they keep law and order and nobody causes any trouble. I think he said it was Spain, but he said they took over and they help everybody and there's no trouble and there's nobody looting and murdering. And I'm like, wow, maybe there was some truth to what I said about them. But anyway, I'm concerned about myself. I mean, I don't want to come down with dementia or Alzheimer's, but I see a lot of, even in my own family. I lost 2 people I graduated from high school with, brother and sister. They both died of Alzheimer's within 3 weeks of each other. So I asked my sister, did they get vaccinated? And she said, yeah, that was it for me. You know, okay, there's my theory right there with the vaccination. I don't know what they put in it, but my friend said, guess what, Gail? All those unvaxxed people are going to be burying the vax because something's supposed to happen where a lot of people are going to be dropping dead. You know?
I believe that like they're gonna activate it.
Yes.
They're gonna it's in your system and then they're gonna activate it whenever they want, or they can point the laser, an invisible laser, and it'll activate a heart attack, which we already know that exists. But it's kind of like it's already in your system, it's already in your DNA. There's nothing
and you can't get rid of it. Look, that's proven because look at all the people who come down with COVID who have the vaccine. The majority of them come down with it.
Well, I do think there is like a vaccine detox, but I'm not sure if it would work on that because I don't know, it's brand new. I don't know. But I have heard of like detoxes.
Supplements. There's a lot.
What if you didn't get the jab,
Yeah.
but you still got sick with COVID?
Yeah, I got long COVID for a year and 2
I don't know. Maybe it would build our immune system, so we would be immune to a strain of some sort. I don't know.
That's what happened to me, Gail. I didn't take the jab, but I performed first aid on somebody, and guess what happened to me? I caught it.
Oh, my friend, I'm going to send this to you, Ruby. He has a cemetery, and it's got like a glow coming out of the cemeteries. And he said it's from people that are vaccinated. I don't know if I believe it, but I'll send it to you. It gets a cemetery, and it got this green glow coming out of it. I'm like, this can't be real. It's like the Twilight Zone. I didn't want to believe that.
Maybe it is. Hey, like
I didn't know.
Have we spun out of control, Rubio? Are we still keeping to your rules here? You heard that JW bought a data center now. Hey,
what?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
What? Wallkill.
Oh,
I wanted to pick your guys' brains on that because I was going, what the hell is going on? That's Hudson Valley, hey?
So they're going to use the AI for their videos.
I don't know, but this thing, it's hectic. And the other thing too is, Ruby, it looks like Trump wants to be known as the disclosure president. But I mean, if he's going to do it, apparently the projection is in July. He's only got a narrow window to do it, a couple of weeks, but I don't know if that information by it getting out is going to prevent it, because usually they kind of change the rules if too many people know about it.
Well, I think a lot of them are canceling the data centers because people are pushing back in the communities on some areas. I don't know. Where are you going to go? There's no place to go. Where are we going to go?
Ruby, I hope I haven't chased you away.
Where'd Ruby go?
We need you back, Ruby.
Ruby.
Yeah.
Ladies' room or something.
Yes. Okay. Well, Gail, it's always good being with you, and Dallas, it's also great being with you as well. And I think you guys are upbeat and good fun as usual. You know, it feels like a long time.
What's BRB mean? Oh,
be right back. Yeah.
I'm not up on these.
or be right back, or bathroom break, or
like.
But I think you're right about the Parkinson's story. And I mean, I mean, you've been in the mental health thing for how
Yeah,
many years,
it's frightening, really.
Gail? I mean, it's
It's
in the
frightening.
food, it's in the freaking water, and it's in your medicines, and
Yeah.
so it isn't a surprise. You're correct.
It's in the candy bars too. I just found out my Snickers candy bar.
Oh no, sorry.
Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm back. I have to end the stream now. My husband
Okay.
just got home, so yeah, we're gonna have to
Okay.
deal with
Okay. Is he okay?
Ruby,
Yeah,
thanks for keeping it upbeat and fun as always, and I'm really grateful to you.
I'm gonna have nightmares.
And thank you, Matt, for stopping in.
Yeah, you made
and
the show
seeing
interesting,
us.
Matthew.
Definitely, yeah. Thank you so
Well,
much for
Dallas,
coming.
thank you for inviting me, because Dallas kind of sneaks onto my
Oh, he does. Okay.
network, and he said, "Hey, well, I love Ruby and I love Jimmy."
Oh my God.
So we're
All
gonna
right.
talk about the desk next week. Next week we're talking about the desk.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And if you have anything else, that definitely, let me know. I mean, so my husband just got home and he got into a car accident. So I don't even know what's gonna happen from today till next week. So I'll keep you posted, like, in the in email, or if you want to check the posts on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep you guys posted because I don't know what happened. But the car is totaled.
I'm
and he
so
had,
sorry that I am. Huh?
like, what the heck? It's like there's always something. There's always something. I'm gonna go to bed. Like, I'm gonna just go to bed. I just want to go to sleep because I'm done for tonight. I'm done. Oh my word. All right, guys. So we'll see you next Tuesday. Yeah, you too. Have a good week.
All right, now
night,
take care
everybody. Thank
now.
you. Good night,
Go well.
everyone.
Bye. Good night.
Nah.